Who are the 5 most talented MotoGP riders on the grid right now? Let me share with you what I think. And before we get started, if you're liking the motorcycle content or the MotoGP stuff, please let me know what you like, what you don't, what you want to see more of. Like, follow, share, mash all the buttons so this goes out to everyone who wants to see it. But back to the list. At number 5 on the list, I have factory KTM rider Brad Binder. Now, I say that because respectfully, KTM was kind of nowhere before Brad shows up. Did he benefit also from Danny Pedrosa moving into the testing program? Yes, he did, but we're talking about Brad. And maybe I have a little bit of like exciting watchability bias here, but I mean, he's fun to watch. And he's wrangling that KTM near the front week in and week out like no one else has ever been able to do. Number 4, we have Jorge Martin. I mean, this guy almost won a title last year from a satellite team. That's how talented he is. And I think he's set up for another monster year. He's compact, he's aggressive, he's fast, and he is confident. Maybe too confident sometimes. Because I think his only downfall, the reason he isn't higher on this list, is that sometimes I think he doesn't quite think it through all the way. But I think he's going to be up there again this year. No doubt. Number 3 on the list is Pecco Bagnaia. I know you're going to kill me for putting the 2-time reigning world champion third on the list. But this list isn't about who's going to win the world title. This is about who I think is the most talented rider. And Pecco Bagnaia is ungodly talented. But I do think he's helped by having the strongest bike on the grid. This is just what happens when you're the best on the best. Like, the haters come out. Sorry. Now, more controversial than my number 3 pick, my number 2 pick for the most talented rider on the grid currently is Marc Marquez. Marc Marquez is just made out of something different. We've all seen it. The amazing speed, the incredible saves, the cat-like reflexes, all of it. There's no doubt he's one of the most talented riders ever. But age and injury do catch up with you. And I think what we're seeing now is that he's not quite getting away with the stuff that he used to. Those cat-like reflexes are just a fraction less cat-like. So if Marc Marquez isn't on the top of the list, who is? Well, for me, it's Yamaha factory rider Fabio Quartararo. And the reason I put him in my number 1 spot is that ever since Fabio joined MotoGP, he has never been on a bike that should truly compete with the others on the grid. In his rookie season, on a bike that was nowhere near at the level of Honda, he was giving Marc Marquez fits. In 2021, that was not the best bike on the grid. Fabio wins the world title. And in 2022, the bike was worse. And I firmly believe if he wouldn't have made that boneheaded crash at Assen and had the penalty to serve in Silverstone, he would have won the title yet again on a bike that was nowhere near at the level of the Ducati. If Yamaha ever puts a bike under Fabio Quartararo that is up to the talents of Fabio Quartararo, it's going to be the return of the aliens. If you know, you know. So let me know in the comments what you think of the list. I think a lot of you are going to call BS. I think it's a pretty good list, but that's the internet. Opinions abound.